Alright folks, so what I'm going to talk about today is rebuilding the brake caliper off a 78 Lincoln Mark V. This is the rear brake caliper. Point of note, whoever had these before, really tighten down this nut. It's a 33 millimeter nut, and it's going to screw in here. I'm just going to reassemble this real quick without the gaskets. I've got the gaskets for it, but basically you're going to put this piece in. It turns to the little pin lines up. You're going to put the little pin in. I got some grease that I'll be putting on all these fittings here. I guess they're not fittings. It's a pressure thrust bearing. These 3 ball bearings go in here, and this thing is the thing that turns, that actually pushes the disc brake out. That goes on like that. This piece goes in here. The thrust bearing goes on, slides on. I gotta pack everything. I got this grease right here. I'm packing it with Mobil 1 synthetic grease for wheel bearings, chassis, suspension, and universal joints. I don't know if it's the right stuff, but I know that's what I'm using. And then this cap screws on here and goes down right to about there. There's a gasket that goes around the top of this pipe that I got. One of the things to make sure you do when you put this piece in here is make sure that you check and make sure that you got this aligned the right way. I know for a fact that I need to have that center piece tipped up while I look for this the arm that rotates that. Anyway, just make sure you got it lined up right so that when you turn it, it turns and pushes it out instead of so it's going to line up. So when you put the emergency brake arm on it, this is the emergency brake contraption right here. Biggest point that I had trying to get this off was this is a 33 millimeter nut, and you can find that in an Advanced or wherever right here. I mean, I spent forever trying to figure out how to get that off, and it was 33 millimeter nut. All right, that's pretty much it. That's the inside, what it's going to look like. I'm going to put I got to clean up the piston head, and then it just goes back in here. There's a gasket and a boot that goes on. I know a lot of people have been showing you how to put the boot on. You put the boot on all the way at the bottom, thread it in, and crank this down. Make sure you lube it all up with brake stuff, with brake fluid. But I just wanted to show you real quick how this all goes together, because this right here was a pain in my butt. Alright, so you got this cap, holds everything in there. This piece comes out. It's got the thrust bearing on it that I have to pack with grease. Then you got 3 ball bearings, and you got that little retaining pin in there. Right there. 3 ball bearings, and the little retaining pin is still sitting in there. That keeps it from rotating. Alright guys, if you got any questions, give me a call, shoot me an email on YouTube. I'll try to help you out. I know I couldn't find a video on rebuilding disc calipers for Lincoln, so now I'm going to put this up, and hopefully it helps you guys. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.